What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the HSN Podcast. I'm here with Johnny and Michael, as always. Boys, how's it going?
What's going
What's
on?
up? Not up and down week for Montreal. Up and down week.
Great week for the Juggernauts, eh?
Yeah,
Great
the
week for
Juggernaut.
Adam.
Great couple weeks for the Juggernauts.
The Juggernauts
Oh,
are
us?
flying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
the Juggernauts.
Johnson ended your season.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
he did.
First, you guys were the juggernauts, and then he jinxed you guys. Now he said it for us.
Wait,
He
who?
needs to
The
call
Habs
Winnipeg
or
a Juggernaut.
Calgary?
What'd you say?
Who do you
Adam?
call a Juggernaut? Who do you call a Juggernaut first?
Chris
Montreal.
Johnson first called Montreal a juggernaut.
Did he actually?
Yeah, we
For
were
like
a
the first
Juggernaut.
week.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even take that in.
And then you know what happened the next game after he calls the Juggernaut?
Yeah, you
lost.
guys got
We lost
you
Ottawa.
lost. Yeah.
That was right. It was right after we beat Vancouver back to back again. We were like 7-2-1, and now
Yeah, you guys are both Juggernauts though.
Chris
He needs to
Johnson,
call
if you're
Winnipeg a
listening right
juggernaut.
now, fuck you.
he needs to call Winnipeg a Juggernaut.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they can take the first seed. Who knows?
They could if they win both their games against Montreal, tied.
Damn. And
That would
who
make
has-
things interesting.
who would have
Montreal
games
needs a
in-
dub tonight.
Yeah.
I think they're 4 points ahead with 3 games in hand, Michael?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's just get into like reviewing our team's week like we always do at the start. We'll start with the Leafs because we kind of just touched on them.
Mhm.
I didn't watch the
So-
Saturday game. I just want to say I felt so bad for Hutchison last night. Poor guy.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Two goals in
Fucking
7
got-
seconds.
But that's his first bad game of the year. I think
And the first goal, I wouldn't really blame him. That was a nice nip on the ice by Chuck.
it was Boyd that turned it over, I believe. No,
Yeah, it was a bad turnover. Honestly, the Ottawa game, we looked like last year's Leafs. The Winnipeg series, I thought we honestly won probably 7 out of 9 periods and got 1 point out of 6.
Hellebuck.
Yeah, Hellebuck, and then our goaltending was just not good. Anderson was not good that whole series.
Anderson's been really bad.
Yeah, and the Dermott probably cost you like 3 goals just by himself over that series. I don't know, but so I got nothing to say. The Leafs just really frustrated me, but we need to reset. So I'm glad we're going on a little break here.
Are
It's a
you
good-
concerned or what? Are you like a little nervous
I am
about the team?
concerned only about Anderson because
I was concerned with him like 2 years ago. So
Yeah,
I mean,
because
that's-
the first
understandable.
3 years as a Leaf, he was unbelievable in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he's never been a goalie that could steal a series for us.
Mhm.
And especially now when we have good defense, we finally give him a good team in front of him. He's playing the worst hockey he has as a Leaf, so it's concerning. But I'm glad we have Campbell to back him up. I just hope that he actually gets a fair shot to take over the starting job, because I truly believe he can if he stays healthy and he's given a fair shot.
Do we know if Campbell's alive?
I don't know
No.
what's going on with Campbell, but
Like I haven't
he's
heard.
supposed to be back
any-
for one of the Calgary games.
That's good. Oh yeah, because he
Oh,
was
yeah,
coming
we
back straight
played
to the
back-to-back.
back-to-back.
Yes, we play back to back on Friday, Saturday.
The one concerning thing I'd say about Anderson is I feel like dating back to previous playoffs, he always just has something bad happen to him at like the worst possible time. Like 2018, I don't really remember like too much, but 2019, I know he outplayed Rask probably that whole series except Game 7, the most important game. And last
Yeah.
year, he played decent in the bubble, but then let in that absolute softie to Liam Foudy, I think it was.
That's what it is. He lets in soft
He lets in
goals.
brutal goals at the worst time. Like on your TikTok with that one goal, and you're just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just soft ones. But don't get me wrong, he makes like the unreal saves most of the time. So it's like you could like some people may think he's an amazing goalie because he makes the flashy save once in a while. But it's about, as a goalie, it's about being consistent. If you could just have a 920 save percentage and above most games, you're gonna be a decent goalie.
It's like you touched on. He used to get the pass because the Leafs defense was just brutal. But now the D is good. We can admit they're at least a lot better than they've had been in the past. So
Yeah.
now the blame's kind of shifting to Anderson. It's like, oh well, now you have this D and you're still like not like what's the save percentage? It's under 900, I think.
It's like 890 something.
Yeah, see, like that's
Yeah. And he's in a contract year, so for him it's just shitty for him.
a team will still pay him. I guarantee he'll still get top dollar.
Not top
I don't
dollar.
know.
Not
Not-
Well,
not-
like what's top dollar in the pandemic?
He
He'll
I don't
get
think he'll make
slightly less.
He's
than
gonna get
Markstrom, I
4
bet.
mil.
No, he'll get more.
He's
than
gonna
4
get
mil.
4 mil.
He'll
No,
get
he
more than
won't.
4 mil, I think.
How would he get more than 4 mil?
You don't think Edmonton's gonna pay whatever to get him?
Edmonton will pay, but
Because Edmonton's
Edmonton doesn't have the cash.
Edmonton frees up so much dollar this year.
Do they?
Yeah,
But who
everyone's
do they have to re-sign anybody or no?
just Nuge, but they free up a lot of money. I remember hearing.
Oh,
I think
just
LeBron said
Nuge. He wants 9 mil.
He's not going to get 9 mil. He's on crack.
That's what he wants. 8 to 9 mil, I think, is what he said.
He's smoking the same shit Dano is smoking.
Yeah, Dano turned down 5 times 5. He's not going to sniff that now.
No, not
especially in the cap situation.
Coming to a nice bridge deal back to Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Hyped. So now we'll move on to Montreal, I guess. Honestly, this week represented our season. It's a tale of two teams. If you could go back to like last Saturday, like Saturday to Saturday, what amazing game against Winnipeg, 7-1 win. Amazing game the Monday against Vancouver, lose 2-1 in overtime. Whatever. Like that happens sometimes. Demko just sometimes is unreal. Wednesday, amazing game against Vancouver again. Demko was good, but we still scored 5. The commentator said that's the best a goalie has probably ever played when he's let in 5 goals. I don't like that was the worst game I think Vancouver probably played all season. Then the 2 games against Calgary, just an absolute egg was laid. The Thursday game was whatever, played less than 20 hours before, didn't have the highest hopes. Figured we'd lose that one. I said that to Adam, like I think we'll lose Thursday. But Saturday I was expecting a bigger bounce back. Just nothing was going our way. We turned the puck over slop. The first goal, Armia, made me want to pull my hair out. Has an easy play up the boards, turns around the net, loses the puck. Ridiculous. Shea gave a muffin up the ice to Kotkaniemi. That was another goal. A line change was brutal. That was another goal. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys played awful, but I still think that Calgary did play like really good. They played the possession game, the Daryl Sutter game. I think we played solid those 2 games, to be honest.
I think Calgary played good, but I'm saying like Montreal played bad, but like that didn't like Calgary played good enough to win easily. Montreal just gave me. I'm saying like your goals were kind of all like off of a Montreal mistake.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I know it was brutal. So we'll see how we bounce back tonight against Winnipeg. Also, Sherrod broke his hand, which is just we don't like to see that.
That's
this guy needs to stop fighting. Like it's actually like cheesing me now. He fights Wayne Simmons, turns momentum. Apparently, we lose the game. I don't even know if it was considered a fight when him and Matthew Tkachuk fought. It was kind of just him ragdolling Tkachuk because Tkachuk didn't see it coming. He fights Brady Tkachuk, wins, like not wins, but it was an even fight, and then he falls on the ice and cuts his face. Then he fights JT Miller in a game where Vancouver's trying to get momentum and breaks his hand, even though like he looked good in the fight. Like I don't know, he just needs to stop fighting. He doesn't win the fights. Even if he wins the fight, he loses. Now we have a huge hole at left D because our left D was looking thin already. Joel Edmondson is now left D1.
That's brutal.
Well, technically it's Romanov, but like it's really Joel Edmondson. But
yeah,
brutal.
It's a good opportunity for Romanov though.
Yeah, him and Weber don't look good together though, unless no one looked good in those 2 games, but they don't gel. Him and Kulak, I think, were good because Kulak was always talking to him, kind of like taking him on his wing. I don't know. Him and Weber having some brain farts. Mete played brutal, so he's out of the lineup tonight. What's his name? Darren Ferris, big time mad probably now that his client still can't get into the lineup. But now we'll move to Calgary, I guess, touch them a little bit. Adam, how was Calgary's week?
I mean, I would say like just how we drew it up, like 4 out of the 4 points. I think we played 2 really solid games, especially defensively. 43 shots combined you guys had? The 2 games?
Couldn't even tell you.
18 and something. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, I guess that's the Daryl Sutter way, right? Like everybody was saying how, it's boring hockey. I mean, I was telling Johnny when we went on a little walk this morning, yeah, it's boring hockey if you're the other team watching your team get outpossessed like 65-35. Calgary had the puck all like absolutely dominated puck possession those 2 games. And hopefully we can do that again tonight against Edmonton. This 2-game series against Edmonton is probably our biggest of the season, even though I said last 2-game series against Montreal was our biggest. I think
it keeps changing throughout the year.
There's going to be big games throughout the year because they're all 4-point swings, right? Well, technically 8-point swings. You guys would have been 10 points ahead of us, but now we're only how many points? 2 points behind you?
Oh, was that Caulfield? Oh yeah, you're like 2 points ahead of. Sorry, I have the Wisconsin game on right next.
Yeah, so we're 2 points behind him now. We could have been 10 points if we lost both those games. So, I mean,
it's going to keep changing.
Started the Daryl Sutter era great. I mean, I'm looking forward to the last like 5 games of the season where we play Edmonton 3 times. That's going to be insane. I hope there's like some playoff implications on it, so it'd be like some good hockey to watch for like any type of fan, not just a Flames and Oilers fan.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm not looking forward to the last couple games because we get 3 times in a row against the Leafs, and we better be clinched by then. Because if we don't make the playoffs because of the Leafs, I'm never leaving my house.
But Johnny, imagine
Michael will never let you hear the end of that.
Imagine going into those 3 games like it's kind of known that Leafs and Habs are going to verse somehow in the first round, and then
it's like 10 games in a row, pretty much.
10 games straight.
There'd be a murder on the ice, probably.
Me and Johnny wouldn't be friends anymore. Let's put it that way.
No.
The biggest reason the Leafs can't eliminate Montreal in like the season at the end is because then I can't laugh when the Leafs get eliminated round 1.
This is true.
So yeah, but if that's it, we can.
I mean, do you really think they're going to go out to the Flames in round 1?
Well, that's why I'm hoping it's not the Flames.
Hopefully Edmonton slips up.
Well, we never know. Daryl Sutter plays some smothering playoff hockey.
Daryl Sutter's going to
the 8th seed LA Kings.
Yeah.
Daryl Sutter beat the President's Trophy winning Vancouver Canucks at him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward.
I've been saying it. Calgary's the one team I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs. I don't know why.
You don't. No. It's not Calgary. You don't want to play the Bennett, Lucic, Dubé line.
Yeah, I just feel like you guys have those players that'll fuck us, and plus Markstrom. Like, I just don't want to verse a good goal.
You don't want to play Milan 7 times.
I'd rather verse Koskinen.
As a Hab fan that's played Lucic in the playoffs like at least 5 or 6 times in my life, you do not want to play Lucic in the playoffs. This guy
from 2013.
This guy becomes an animal. And then you beat him, and then he tells Dale Weiss in the line he's going to kill you.
My favorite player that Calgary ever had in a playoff series, Adam, which year was it where Michael Furlan just went off?
Oh, 15. That was the best.
Dude, he was crazy. I wanted that guy so bad last year.
Yeah, too bad he has issues with concussions.
But he's a beast.
He was a beast. He was great on Goudreau and Monahan's wing. I love that. All right, let's move on.
We can move on. Yeah. USA has a TV deal. Big news in the NHL. They've signed with ESPN, first time in, I believe, like 17 years. Funny enough, we talk about NHL Game Center, or not Game Center, whatever, NHL Live is like useless and overpriced. That's not going to exist anymore in the US next year. All games are going to be on ESPN Plus, which is like way smarter, I think, for the league, because it's like you pay the $10 a month, which people probably already paying for ESPN Plus. You get every NHL game.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Too bad we can't get it.
That's what I'm saying. That was my next follow-up question. So as like Canadians, I wonder how this will affect us with our Game Center Live. Like, are we still going to have to pay this $350 a year for this?
Obviously. I don't understand why Sportsnet now doesn't put the all games on them.
Because pay for Sportsnet.
It's actually affordable. Yeah, you do.
But I think too many people get it for free. That's the issue.
Oh,
like I get it for free.
I don't know. How?
My Rogers package literally just has it, and like my dad's checked multiple times that we're not paying anything extra for it.
And you get Blue Jays and stuff, right?
Yeah, like Adam knows, I'm like the plug for any like sporting event that's televised here.
Can we buy the ESPN Plus subscription?
No, I think you can, but then I think the games would just be blacked out here.
Yeah.
What if you watch like not on your TV,
VPN,
like
probably.
not with cable? Like I swear, UFC you could watch it through ESPN Plus. Like
yeah, because that's like the provider all over here. There's no like they're still gonna apparently keep Game Center like in Canada because they want that revenue stream, I guess.
Yeah.
But they have to lower the price. Then I feel like it can't be that Americans pay $10 a month for ESPN Plus, which has all this stuff. Then we have to pay $350 for just Game Center.
Yeah, we're getting fucked, but that's because we're already the hockey fans. They're going to grow the game in US a lot, so
it's going to be on 2 broadcast like networks, which is good. I think it's going to rotate like this. I think ESPN has 4 of the cups, and then the second one, either NBC or Fox, is going to have 3 of them. Hopefully it's NBC, because NBC has actually been doing pretty good with the NHL recently. I really like Mike Tirico and Eddie Olczyk and those guys, but I guess we'll see what happens in the future. I don't have anything else to comment on. It was just something we should touch on.
Yeah.
But the guys on that panel, they have big personalities.
They do. They get a lot of ex-players.
Yeah. I feel like they know nothing about hockey, though.
Like, who do you mean? No, I'm saying like the Sunday game that's televised like on mainstream NBC.
The ESPN, I mean.
Bro, if Stephen A. Smith starts covering hockey, I don't care.
That's what I mean. He is going to. It's going to be him, Max Kellerman.
No, First Take's not going to touch hockey.
No, they won't.
First take
You
won't
don't
touch
think
hockey.
so?
No, they won't. They'll keep it to just like football, baseball, football,
Yeah,
basketball,
okay.
a little bit of baseball. They might touch on
Because
it.
if they are covering hockey, they'll probably get a lot of basketball fans and stuff that start watching hockey.
Maybe.
But I think the issue is like they've grown up talking about these sports. Like, and you saw that video. Like, it was cool to see Stephen A. Smith talk, but this guy knows nothing. This guy's number one thing he knew about hockey is that the puck is black.
But I thought that's why they released the video, to say that he's going to be covering hockey.
There's no. I hope like seeing Stephen A. and Max debate like Crosby McDavid would be unreal.
Yeah, they're going to turn into like the MJ LeBron debate they always talk about. They're going to just try and stir that up with McDavid, Matthews, like stuff like that.
I love Stephen. I love Stephen A. Smith, even though he hates the Cowboys. I absolutely love him. He's an absolute. Oh, if he hates he hates the Cowboys because of their fans. Always are in like
He's
his
gonna hate the Leafs.
Wait till this guy gets a hold of Leaf fans.
For real though.
So now
They're gonna
keeping in touch with America, we'll move on to Patrick Kane played his 1,000th game this week, big milestone. Do you think he's America's GOAT of hockey? Adam, you can start.
Yes. I do think so. I mean, 3 cups, one of the most dynamic players of at least 2010 onwards. I think he might get surpassed in the future depending on the career of Austin Matthews. I'm not going to deny that, because I think if Austin Matthews grabs 3 cups, a few Rockets.
But he's on the Leafs, so he's not getting 3
cups. That's the thing. I don't know. Maybe he goes back home to Phoenix and brings it to
Arizona.
Sorry. Yeah, brings it back to Arizona. I don't know, but I think Kane, undisputed American GOAT. Yeah. The only thing he's missing is a gold medal, right? Did he get the Calder Trophy?
He got the Calder.
So just a gold medal, right?
Yeah, because he lost in 2010 and 14 to Canada. 18 they didn't go. I think USA might win though in
I think so too.
20,
so maybe
22.
If he's captain,
they're pretty. I'd say Canada still has the better forwards, but they easily have the better goaltending and D.
Yeah, but I feel like our forwards are just dominating. But if he gets that gold medal and wins all of the major titles or whatever, he doesn't have a Rocket though, does he?
I think he does.
He does, right? One?
I don't think so.
He might.
You
check, but
Michael, you give your opinion. I'll check.
He's got the accolades to back it up for sure.
Well, I found a stat because I was just curious, like how many of the top like 20 scorers of all time in points like are American, and it's 0. There's only 2 that aren't Canadian, and it's Yager and Solani, and that's pretty crazy. But I think the future of American hockey is looking bright, especially like if you see the World Juniors team the last few years, like they've arguably been just as good as Canada. If you look at the draft, the National Development Program has been insane. The prospects coming out of there, and who was it before Modano? I think Kane has had a career just as good or better already, and Modano has 500 more games and 300 more points. But I think by the end of Kane's career, he'll pass that, especially with the cups. I think Modano only has like 1 cup in like 2000 or something.
2000, I think, yeah.
1990 or what? Yeah, I don't know.
I think 99.
But,
99 or 2000.
No, I guess I complete the roundtable if I just agree. Yeah, he's clearly, in my opinion, the U.S. GOAT. It could change if Matthews wins, but Matthews is going to need cups. That's why I think, because this guy has a complete resume. I Googled. He doesn't have a Hart, but he has a Conn Smythe, an Art Ross, a Hart, a Ted Lindsay, a Calder. He's been to the All-Star game, what is that, like 9 times? He has literally everything that you can ask for him, minus. But I'd say the Hart is more important than the Rocket anyway.
No, I think so too, because there's some I would consider him a natural goal scorer because he is, but like there's those guys that just dominate goals and goals only. So it's kind of, I mean, Hart is both like all aspects of the game best player, you know what I mean?
And also, like, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Modano at the end of like his career started falling off. Like right now, Patrick Kane showing no sign of that at all. Like, this guy's still just an animal. He's like single-handedly carrying Chicago right now. Well, the Brinket's helping out a lot now too, but like at the beginning, it was all Patrick Kane. So I think he's the U.S. GOAT.
Yeah.
Probably like gonna retire like a top 20 player maybe of all time.
Could be. Sure. If he gets another cup for sure.
Now, words are hard. If no one else has anything to add, we'll move on. What's a rule you'd like to be changed in the NHL? It could be game related or league related. Michael, do you want to go first?
It's a good question.
I'd honestly say the offside challenge. I think if it's like, I wouldn't take it out completely just because we saw what happened with the Duchesne, like just instances like that, and that's kind of what started the challenge anyway. But I would say like if you're in the zone for more than like 20 seconds after you're offside, like I don't think that has an effect on the goal. Like I understand if you're on an odd man rush, yeah, you could challenge that. But if it's past a certain amount of time, honestly, it ends up not having an effect on the goal at all. And just to get that taken away after is kind of stupid. I've always thought that, at least.
So this isn't a rule change, but I agree with that, Michael, for sure. But this isn't a rule change, but I just want someone from the NHL, whoever does the fucking rule book, whoever writes this shit, to concretely write what goalie interference is. Like just in writing, just so
Black and white.
specific, black and white. So we don't have to wait, because there are instances where we've waited 20 minutes for a goalie interference call, especially in the playoffs. I don't remember what game I was watching. Not last year. The last year they had the fans. So whoever won that. Yeah, so 2019.
19.
That's the last time we had fans?
2018-19 was last year. Like with playoffs, yeah. Because then 19-20 was in the bubble. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Feels like we missed a year.
It does. But yeah, that year, I don't remember what game it was, but there was like a 15-minute review for goalie interference. I think it was in like a Philly game or something. I don't know, but it just needs to be concrete, black and white. If it, like, put a checklist. If one of the checks, like the check marks are checked, like it's goalie interference. It's done. No questions asked, because I feel like it's a coin flip whenever it goes up for goalie interference.
No, I agree with both of you, but I will say, Michael, I think they made it better with the skate doesn't have to be on the ice anymore. It could be in the air. I think that was a good change for offside. Yeah. And offside is just one of those things. Like if it goes for your team, you're like, yeah, like it was offside. Play should have been blown dead. If it happens against your team, you're like, oh, like we were in the zone for 20 seconds. Like why did this matter? Adams is completely correct about goalie interference. Like imagine the Gallagher one where there was so much controversy. If that was like Game 7. And then mine is actually nothing to do with the actual game, like a league one. Refs should be fined for blatant bad calls.
Facts.
Because reffing is the only job where you can be the worst and you don't get fired. When have you ever heard, oh, a ref's been fired? They just retire and then they get new ones.
Yeah,
I think there was an incident in the NBA where a ref was fired.
Maybe who it was, but like it's ridiculous here. Like the amount of bad calls, like even like the game we were watching on Saturday, like when Backlund just like threw Suzuki to the ice and Suzuki had the puck nowhere near him, like that just wasn't called. It's just not for like those, because those happen often, but like blatant bad calls that cost games need to be fines like dished out. Like reffing is just brutal. Refs just.
No, I agree. I don't know. Maybe they should go through some kind of like.
How do you even
not get fired? Like, I don't know. Firing is like kind of extreme, I think, for missing a call, because there's a lot of missed calls.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Fines, because like, you keep fining people, then like calls will start getting called.
Oh, I thought you said fired, not fined.
No, I said like fine. I said fine. Like if you fine.
Oh, I thought you said fired.
I was just using I just brought it up after of like how they don't get punished, like as the example of when do you ever hear a guy getting fired?
Yeah.
Like
okay, yeah, I can agree with that then.
Another one for this year. Daryl Sutter needs to learn how to wear a mask. Michael, you see how this guy wears his mask?
Sorry, my dog was barking. I wanted to stay on mute, but no, I didn't see.
This guy,
dude, it wasn't even close to being.
You know how they wear the N95s now?
Yeah.
This guy doesn't wear that. He wears like it's this little black cloth, has one string around it that goes around his head. And
where did he make it, Johnny?
It sits here the whole game. He made it on the Alberta farm, 100%. Like because he lives on a farm, so he definitely hasn't left his house all COVID. So
definitely not.
When he told his wife he was going back to work, she probably like knitted it up on the farm, and he left for the Saddle Dome. But like Michael, it sits here, and then the best is the camera's on him last game. He puts it up to his nose. It doesn't stay because it's like a piece of shit mask. Falls to here. Then he has to go talk to someone, so he takes it off right away.
Yeah, they always take it off. But I don't know how they haven't been fined. Like,
no, if anyone's gonna get fined, Daryl Sutter has to be the first one. Like this is
100%. I don't know. He might unleash his cattle onto the onto Gary Bettman's doorstep over there.
Johnny, did you see the clip of Keith yelling at the ref? How he
Yeah, this guy
lowered
just
his mask?
whipped off
I
his
saw
mask.
that.
Yeah, there was a tweet or whatever, and it said like the scariest coach with his mask, and he has his mask down, and Dubas liked it. I was dying.
See, that's another example of reffing. Why did Keith get a 2-minute penalty?
That was a joke, and I think if the person read his lips correctly, he said like "fuck you," and he said the ref's name. Like he literally called out a ref.
But like, see, like if
that's dumb though.
The Hyman call was like so. Like
it was a little shove. I think they called it because the guy like tipped
the
over.
The guy went down hard. That's why
he
they
hit another
called
Winnipeg player, and then that Winnipeg player hit another Winnipeg player, and there's like 3 guys on the ice, so you had to call it.
But like you're telling her like these are grown men. Like you can tell
Yeah,
them
it was
to
such
F
a
off.
soft
Like
push.
especially the game was like what 4-2 at that point.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was 3-2. That was the
3-2.
First call.
Yeah, see, it was 3-2.
I call made
so
it
literally like there was no need for like the 5-on-3 just ended the game pretty much. Like this is what I mean. Like the ref shouldn't have the power to end the game.
Yeah.
2-minute 5-on-3, like me, us 3, and like 2 other guys can go out there and probably score on a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. I'll park myself in front of the net.
And they always wait till the end of the game just to fuck a team over. Like they didn't call anything the whole game.
Like these refs just they control the game. That's why like if you find them, like they won't do all
and
this.
Watch, I can't wait until the playoffs when there's nothing called, but this whole season they've been calling the softest stuff.
Me and Adam would really benefit. Our teams would benefit from like no rules playoffs.
Dude, I hope it's like that because as good as the Leafs
not if you're
are
playing Calgary or Montreal, Michael.
Why? Because you guys have bad penalty kills?
Especially Calgary.
Not bad penalty kills.
Calgary's
We're just very physical. Imagine 7 games of Joel Edmondson, Weber, and Sorokin to do whatever they want.
Okay, if it's a blatant call, like you got to call it, but like the stuff now, it can't be that in the playoffs.
Well, you tell Lucicci's not getting a penalty. This guy's gonna run around and decapitate someone.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I just reading something on Twitter. The last Battle of Alberta Daryl Sutter coached 2006, April 1st, a 4-1 win in Edmonton.
Was he fired or was he like?
He just took over the GM role.
Oh, I see. I was curious about that.
And then he hired. Who did he hire? Ah, shit! I can't get the name off the top of my head.
You've had 3 different Sutters coach you.
No, 3?
Yeah, you've had Daryl,
right.
Brett, and then there was another one.
I don't think it was 3.
Yeah, no, there was 3.
Okay, well,
I can't remember who the third one is, but yeah, no, you've had 3 Sutters coach. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the next topic here because I like this topic because today I saw something on Instagram, a hot take on Puck Empire that Carey Price is the most overrated goaltender of all time.
Like, how do you think that as a hockey fan?
Who in the right mind made that hot take? Whoever that is not allowed to watch NHL hockey anymore.
Like, how do you think he's not the most overrated goalie? You can't say the fact that he had that 14-15 season right away means he's not overrated. He won literally all 4 goalies an award you can win. And then not even that. That was a follower hot take, so I understand that one. The one that he made where he said Carey Price is not a top 15 goalie in the NHL right now. Name me 15 goalies better than Carey Price right now.
That's what I was going to say.
And I don't want to hear this bullshit that Jake Allen's better than Carey Price. Jake Allen's had a good 2 months. He's not better than Carey Price.
No. Is there actual Cab fans saying that?
Yeah, people like my dad that say Jake Allen needs to be a starter. No, he doesn't. Carey Price needs to find his game. Jake Allen needs to take over until he finds his game. Like Michael, actually, do you believe Jack Campbell's an actual better goalie than Frederik Andersen? When they're both at 100%.
I don't think so, but I haven't seen Campbell that much. I think he has the potential to. He's also 5 years younger.
That's different. 5 years younger. Jake Allen and Carey Price, like they've been starters.
No, you can't compare those. And
those
also Carey Price
need to go to a mental hospital.
Carey Price's career in general is just you can't compare it to Andersen.
I don't understand these. Like name me. I can name maybe 5 goalies right now, maybe 7 that are better than Carey Price. Like not 10 probably. Like no, there's no 15 goalies better than Carey Price. Like
I think you can get 10.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you 10. Like 10 that in the last couple you'd be arguing like point of perspective.
Right.
15 like
it's just because
I can name 10 off the top of my head right now.
Okay, name them.
Okay. Jacob Markstrom.
Debatable. See, that's a debatable one.
John Gibson.
Okay, I'll give you
obviously. Mackenzie Blackwood.
Debatable.
I'm saying right now. What? Not debatable. Mackenzie Blackwood. Do you see the team in front of him?
Too small of a sample size.
Hellebuck, obviously. Fuck it. I just had like 4 or 5. Yeah, Fleury.
Okay.
See, like Korpisalo.
No, don't say Korpisalo.
If his team wasn't dog shit.
Okay, listen. He's definitely. It's just because of the last like 3 regular seasons that he's had bad numbers. But I'm still putting him Carey Price top 5.
Oh, Carter Hart.
Carter Hart's having an even worse year than Carey Price right now.
Is he actually?
You have not seen Carter Hart's number.
Dude, Carter Hart is the most overrated goalie.
He's getting lit up right now like a Christmas tree.
Okay, and he's like 21.
People that are saying he's had 3 bad seasons. I swear to God, he had a .918 save percentage 2 years ago.
Vasilevsky.
1 second.
Yeah, Vasilevsky.
Yeah, how did we forget Vasilevsky?
I don't know how I forgot Vasilevsky, honestly. So what? I named like 10. Or not 10. I named like 8.
But see, bubble Carey Price proved that he's still at least a top 10 goalie.
For people that say Carey Price has been bad the last 3 years, you don't know anything about hockey. In 2018-19,
I just said that, Johnny.
Yeah, you don't know anything about hockey. In 2018-19, when we were 2 points from missing the playoffs with a team that was not that good, he had 249 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. That was a year ago.
That's pretty good. That's like average goaltending.
Year that he was injured though?
No, he played 66 games. He didn't have a backup that year. He played 66
What about
games.
The year before that? I know he's had like 3 bad years.
That was the year when he was injured. And that we came second last in the NHL, and he had a .900 save percentage and a 3 goals against. But that was the word. You could put Jesus himself in net with that defensive core, where the first pairing was Jeff Petrie and Jordy Ben. The second pairing was Carl Alsner and David Schlemko. And the third pairing was Mete, and I can't even remember who. I think Ben LaRue. And they're getting conceded, and they're getting at least a 3 goals against average. I don't understand. Like, they hate
Philip
this guy.
Grubauer's pretty good too.
Not better than Carey Price. See, like, there's
Mike Smith. Smith. How can we forget about Mike Smith?
And Koskinen.
We're struggling here to name. We're struggling here to name 10 goalies. There's
I don't know where
15.
this guy got 15. No,
I don't think I don't know how Jacob Markstrom's debatable. The last 3 years, Jacob Markstrom's been probably the most consistent goalie in the league.
Bubble Carey Price though.
But that's okay. 200 game sample size versus Carey Price. Fucking 10.
Bubble Carey Price.
Johnny, it was 10 games you guys played.
Still 1.64 goals against average. Bubble Carey Price. With that team, like, come on. Give me a break.
In a defense, and the playoffs, don't forget, are the most defensive hockey.
Still, Sidney Crosby and Malkin.
They were nowhere to be seen that series.
They had some good chances. Carey just shut the door.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to argue that he wasn't really good in the bubble. I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to say that the bubble makes up for the 3 years that he was like an average goaltender, is like,
For the most, Carey Price is overrated. The most overrated goalie because never.
David Riddick. How did we forget about David Riddick?
For those people, I don't remember the exact stat because it was brought up during the bubble, and it still holds true because it didn't happen in the bubble. Carey Price in his last, I think it was 24 games in the playoffs, 24 playoff games, has not let in more than 3 goals.
That's nuts.
Like, you can't blame him at that point for him not having a cup. That's not his fault. It's the fact that his team can't score a goal to save their life. 24 games, you haven't let in 3 goals, more than 3 goals in the playoffs.
Yeah. Semyon Varlamov, he's been insane this year. I didn't even realize how good he's been.
Yeah, Varlamov's been good. But yeah, no, there's not 15 goalies better than Carey Price. And he's definitely not the most. I could think of more overrated goalies if I did some 2-minute research, probably.
Mm-hmm. So don't say Mika Kiprusoff.
I wasn't going to say Mika Kiprusoff. I didn't even bring it into my mind.
Good.
But now that I've ranted for a little bit, I'll calm down and we'll move on to previewing our weeks quickly before we run out of time.
We're going to clip that as an IGTV.
That's the IGTV clip of the week. Actually, no, it's going to be something else because I can't have back-to-back weeks of me just raging.
No, we'll have multiple. That has to be one.
Wait, let's talk about
Puck Empire.
Oh, yeah. But it wasn't Puck Empire that made the take. It was
the first one was
the top 15 because he used analytics. That's what I mean by analytics are bullshit. I don't care what your analytics say.
That's what he used.
Carey Price is the top 15 goalie in the NHL. If you would have said top 10, I would have been like, okay, because like I said to Adam, you can argue, like, I think 7.
We forgot about Capo Kakinen. I love that name. I just absolutely love that name.
7 to 10, you can argue. So whatever, I'd give you that. But you can't say 15. Like that's when I lose my mind.
No.
Actually,
No.
I think Johnny. I think Nick Cousins commented
Yeah, he
on that
replied
post.
something saying like he said something like you're wrong.
No, he said he's the best goalie. Like he's the best goalie.
Even
And a
his
lot of
peers-
players do say that. If you
even
ask
his
the
peers say
players, not even his peers, his competition too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them will say Carey Price is the best.
I just want to say that anyone that thinks they're pulling up to the 22 Olympics and Carey Price is healthy and not the starting goalie, you're wrong.
He might not be the starter, but he'll be
the
team.
starter, no doubt in my mind.
It depends how Carter Hart is.
Unless he's injured
honestly.
or he has a
Mackenzie
brutal
Blackwood
next year. If it was right now, he'd be the starting goalie, no doubt in my mind.
Maybe, probably, just because of the veteran
But
experience.
yeah, just because it doesn't mean he's the best, but
That's what I'm saying, just because of his experience and stuff. no doubt in my
Anyways, Boa, two times in 3 days. We got Battle of Alberta this week. Huge game tonight. Huge game on Wednesday, especially if we win this game. We can be within 3 points with 2 games in hand. So biggest 2 games in Calgary series. And then I get to see this loser beneath me in the screen.
Oh, you're on the bottom actually in
for 2
mine.
days.
So
Okay, for 2 days straight, we get some Toronto and Calgary action. Matthew Tkachuk's going to make Muzzin his bitch.
Muzzin has a
Muzzin's
full
wrong
cage.
right now. Shield.
Oh, does he actually? No. He still
Bro,
has that thing?
What's Kachuk gonna do? That fucking guy.
Kachuk.
Because Muzzin missed the
Destroy
2 games they played earlier.
Yeah,
That's why I thought we were going to get Kachuk versus Muzzin.
No, Muzzin.
But we're not.
That's why Muzzin's going to act like the biggest tough guy you've ever seen.
He's going to be. I already know he's going to be the biggest little
Tough guy.
shit in front of the net.
He's
He's
the
going
biggest tough guy.
Yeah, he is. Because he
But
knows
Johnny,
that
you always want the guys to fight, and then look what happens when you fight. Sherrod's out for the whole season.
But that was a stupid fight.
Josh Anderson stood up to Lucic and held his own.
That was a great fight. They were swinging to murder each other.
Massive Tilly. That's what I call that. A massive Tilly.
The Sherrod fight was stupid. There was no need for that fight. That's my issue with that one.
Yeah.
It was JT Miller was trying to get Vancouver momentum, so that was stupid. Like how Wayne Simmons was trying to give the Leafs momentum. Stupid. The Anderson Lucic one, that was necessary because all game they were like poking at each other. And right off the face-off when they were lined up, Lucic tried a little salute foot. Then Anderson gave him like a 2-handed whack. Like those fights, whatever, like those are needed.
It also tried to hype up your team as well.
Yeah,
right?
like we were also playing we scored right after. Like it hyped up Montreal. You could see
was
it.
really close to breaking his fucking face though. Like there's a couple shots.
If Lucic landed the one where Anderson was like falling down and it just barely missed, he would have knocked him out. It would have been like.
But then even
the ref would have started counting on the floor.
That was both ways though, because then when they separated, Anderson swung with his left, like when they were nowhere near, and he missed. And it was almost like the McDavid when in junior, he almost hit the board, so he would have broke his hand. It was a good fight, but Montreal needs to get their act together. 4 games this week. They got to go 1-1 at least against Winnipeg, then beat Vancouver twice. Michael, what about your juggernaut Leafs?
Take a
juggernaut.
Nice reset, get it going. Just get back on track to where you were and win both against fucking that shitty team, Calgary.
Not shitty anymore. I mean, I have faith now. I believe in Daryl Sutter.
And if you want to make a trade, like I was saying, Like now you want to make it. Now you want to make that trade. I was saying for a big.
Which
forward.
trade?
I don't know.
Yes, I do.
Like
if we win these 2 games against Edmonton, I want us to go all in.
Yeah, dude, you have to. Not even all in. Just look one of those trades. Give up.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got less than a minute left on this Zoom call. Johnny's too cheap to buy premium.
Why don't you buy premium?
I'm not buying premium. You use my Golf TV. You watch the Golf TV off my thing. You
watch it once.
Yeah,
I've carried us on the Blue. I've carried us on everything else.
I'm sure we're watching the Masters on my thing. Anyways,
Maybe.
We'll see you guys next weekend.
Point is, if you think Carey Price isn't a top 15 goalie in the league, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Oh, I was hoping you would get cut off there so bad by the Zoom. Anyway, thanks
Bye.
for listening.
Right. See you
guys.